Special guest, graduating class, the largest class, definitely more people than the last time I was here. Family, I know how proud you all are. I know my parents were very proud. And friends, I'm honored to be here. I'm incredibly honored to be here with you on this very special day. Among the few, the proud, the Marines. The Marines website, it states it perfectly. The bond that holds Marines together was forged nearly 2.5 centuries ago. Every Marine inherits a legacy of those who have gone before, and every Marine duty bound to uphold the traditions and legacy of our Corps and pass it on to future Marines. From the Marines hymn to our motto, the proud traditions of the Corps are ever present. To inherit and uphold the legacy and the traditions of the Corps and others before me, throughout my life and even here today, I continue to pass along that same motto and tradition, and I'm certain that all of you will do the same. For me, that tradition began when I was 18 years old. For as long as I can remember, I wanted to see the world and become a Marine security guard. In addition to wanting to meet and overcome challenges, and challenges I got, physical and mental, of earning the title Marine Security Guard, no other position gives you the opportunity for adventure, travel, excitement, and prestige. Additionally, the mission of providing security for classified information, my fellow Americans, and the interior of U.S. diplomatic posts served as an opportunity to serve my service to our country and the Corps. I graduated from San Diego MCRD and joined my first infantry unit in the Orient. We returned back to the States for a short stay and then off to the Med Cruise. After returning home from my deployment, I signed up to Marine Security Guard duty. After my graduation, I was immediately assigned to Marine Security Guard Detachment in Tehran, Iran. For the longest time, I could never understand why in boot camp they taught me how to clean my clothes with running water in a bar of soap. They still do that in boot camp? Little did I know, ladies and gentlemen, when I was taken hostage in 1979, this training would ultimately save my life. I was in Iran approximately 30 days when our embassy was overran by radical militant Iranians on November 4th of 1979. That day, we successfully secured the embassy building. Our orders were to wait on the host government to come and regain control of our 23-acre American soil. After hours went by and many attempts of getting into the embassy, the Iranians found a window in the basement, tore the bars from the window, and 66 diplomats and a United States citizen were taken hostage. 14 individuals were later released, leaving 52 captive for 444 days. Known as the Iranian hostage crisis, the event forever changed the U.S. relations with the Middle East and stripped 52 men and women held hostage their freedom, their dignity, and their pride. Leading up to that day, President Jimmy Carter and his advisors were indecisive about what was going on in the Middle East. Some wanted to encourage the Shah of Iran to suppress the new anti-Shah Iranian revolution, Ayatollah Khomeini, while others wanted to reach out to the opposition elements in order to smooth the transitions into a new government. Either way, when President Carter allowed the Shah in the United States for his failing health conditions on humanitarian grounds in October of 1979, he knew the worst was to come. In fact, Vice President Walter Mondale even remembers President Carter saying, and I quote, "What happens if they, the Iranians, take our employees at the embassy hostage? Then what will your advice be?" End quote. Mondale said the room fell silent, and little did they know that the following month, the nation would be anything but silent. Tied up for the first 30 days, not allowed to speak, locked in a room for 444 days, went outside 7 times, about 15 minutes each time. Days and nights of physical and mental torture were never an ordinary. The Iranians played mind games like Russian roulette and mock firing squad, just to name a few. These situations often made me reflect back on my memories of my life. The special thoughts of my childhood, family, high school helped me to survive. Life, you see, it's a special gift, a gift from God. It is a gift that we sometimes take too much for granted. These gifts must be embraced every day and lived out to the fullest. Don't let days escape without recognizing and appreciating all these gifts. Set an example for yourself to reflect upon things that are truly important to you. I was having a bad day a while back after being released, just like everybody else, and I stopped at a Taco Bell to grab some lunch. As I sat in line, I could only think of how horrible the day had been, and the rest of the day was off to a bad start as well. As I pulled around to pay, I noticed my total was $4.44. As it was that day, the number 444. It remains a constant reminder of how I was given a second chance. A second chance to remember that as bad as life may be in that moment of time, I need to continue to count my blessings no matter what the circumstances. The acts of terrorism, most recently, and really since 1979, always hit me hard. I often wonder how the world would be different if I had been able to open fire that November 4th, 1979, in Tehran. I wonder if we had addressed terrorism in that moment, and the months and years to follow my crisis, would we still be dealing with such radicalism? The only thing that puts me at ease is seeing all of you out in front. You are the key to my freedom here in the United States. The freedom to spend time with family and friends, the freedom to enjoy a nice cold Budweiser, the freedom to be with you here, all of you here today. That's what's really important in life. For that, I thank each of you. I thank you for taking on this challenge, and it is a challenge, fighting for all Americans and making us proud. As some of you know, 8 brave individuals lost their life in an attempt to save my freedom. As Colonel was saying, April is important. Yesterday, April 25th, 1980, the United States government attempted a rescue mission for the Iranian hostages. Unfortunately, the mission resulted in 8 fallen heroes and no rescued hostages. These men were willing to put their life on the line to restore my freedom. They and their appreciation for God's gift will never go unnoticed. A former commandant in the Marine Corps once told me, "Rocky, the United States Marine Corps is made up of young NCOs, the backbone of the Corps. This training that the United States Marine Corps provides you, you'll sometimes wonder how this will ever help you, as I did. But trust me, it will come back and to come back when you need it, as it did for me. Additionally, the core values, as the Colonel was saying in the Marine Corps, honor, courage, and commitment provide the best experience in training in life. These values, along with quality, tradition, and pride, are things especially hold true in my current position at Anheuser-Busch as Director of Military Sales. At Anheuser-Busch, we too find the core missions to be very valuable ones. That's why Anheuser-Busch and its charitable foundation have given over $10.5 million to charitable organizations since 1987. In closing, I leave you with one quote. In 1985, Ronald Reagan said, and I quote, "Some people spend an entire lifetime wondering if they ever made a difference in the world. But the Marines, they don't have that problem." End quote. And again, congratulations, graduates, and thank you for this commitment and service to our country. Enjoy the day. God bless you and your journeys ahead. And remember, without you, freedom